I currently teach at Eastbrook Middle School in Paramus, New Jersey, and I am a 5th grade math teacher. It is important that you have the students' attention and engage them in the lesson that you are teaching. When I was younger, I had trouble reading, and my teacher, Mrs. McGinley, helped me to become a better reader. Every Friday, we had to read at least a page aloud to the class, but I was always nervous too. Mrs. McGinley helped me get over that fear by telling me that it was okay to mess up and to always try my best. She made me realize that I wanted to become a teacher and want them not only to succeed in my class, but in other classes, and in jobs and careers in the future. In my 5th grade classroom, I have flexible seating for my students so they are involved in the lesson. Having a table as a whiteboard and benches next to it is convenient for me because the students are able to write at their desk. Changing up the scenery in a classroom can help a student be successful. These chairs with wheels on it allows the students to move around during class when they are asked to work with a partner and not remain in the same spot all class period. I want my students to achieve to the best of their abilities. I want them to be successful not just in mathematics but in life. I wish to see how math touches every aspect of our lives, how it helps us solve problems, tackle difficult assignments, and think more clearly. I hope to be more than just a math teacher. I'd like to motivate, model, and inspire. I want to make a difference in both math and everyday life. An important characteristic to have as a teacher is communication skills. If a teacher's communication skills are good, they can convey knowledge with better skills and results. Communication also involves explaining exactly what the assignments and expectations are. When students fully understand what is expected of them, it's much easier for them to deliver. Another characteristic that's essential to have as a teacher is the ability to develop strong relationships with students. In order to create successful learning environments, great teachers need to be able to build caring relationships with their students. The best teachers are often the ones that care the most deeply, not only about their jobs, but about every student they serve. Finally, the last characteristic I think a teacher should have is deep knowledge of and passion for the subject they are teaching. The best teachers are those that clearly love their subjects and pass that passion and desire to learn more on to their students. My cousins influenced me the most. A lot of my cousins are teachers, and they always tell me how great it was being a teacher and how I would be the perfect fit for it. One of my goals is to graduate from Ramapo College with my bachelor's degree. Another goal of mine is to get my elementary education certification. After years of experience, I will then like to transition in becoming a behaviorist. Getting my master's as a behaviorist will allow me to help specific needs of students that can affect them forever. I want to give the skills that will allow that to succeed in school, career, and in life. Every student deserves to understand different ways to cope with different issues. Last week, I was able to shadow a behaviorist at an elementary school. The behaviorist was in charge of a boy that was not diagnosed with anything. However, every day he would throw tantrums and cry for a long period of time. I got to experience it last week while shadowing. Recess was over and he came inside and threw a tantrum for 30 minutes. The behaviorist said to him to stand up and tell me what you want to do and we will do it. He wouldn't listen and just continued to cry. Finally, after several minutes passed, he stood up and said he wanted to go to his next class. He acted like he never threw the tantrum and was smiling and went on with the rest of his day. It is important to be patient when you are a behaviorist. Sometimes the kid you are watching could be doing it for attention, and you have to wait for him to stop whatever he is doing. By the end of the day, a behaviorist would love for all their students to be smiling and happy. Social and emotional learning competencies are lifelong skills essential for everyone. The ability to manage emotions, focus attention, respect self and others, make responsible choices, and engage with communities prepare students for college, career, and life success. These are skills I am trying to teach students so they learn good behavior and coping skills. I want to make sure when I'm teaching students that I implement this in my classroom. For example, a competence a student should have is responsible decision making. The student should be able to identify the consequences associated with one's actions in order to make constructive choices. Finally, the last competence a student should have is relationship skills. They should be able to establish and maintain healthy relationships. Some of the students I will be working with in the future will not be diagnosed with a disability like an IEP, ADHD, or have special needs. However, most of the students I will work with as a behaviorist have special needs, and I am excited to help them improve with their behavioral issues. I want to help students with behavioral issues that affect their education. If I help the students at an early age, this can lead them to be successful in college and in their career. I feel as though it's a challenge to assist people with behavioral issues, but I think I have the patience to be able to do it.
Hi, so I'm going to be interviewing Eric Crespo, Superintendent of Weehawken Township School District. My first question for you, Eric, is why do you think I would make a good teacher?
Well, I know you have outstanding work ethic and you always work to be the best. That's a great attribute to have when you're working with students. Always striving to ensure that they're going to be provided a great education, a great experience, and that work ethic that you have will spill over into student achievement. So I know every time the students will be getting the best teacher that you can be. And second, and this is something that people really don't talk about too much, is you actually have to be a caring person. So, and like I said, no one talks about it, but a person that cares for their students, like genuinely cares about their students, they have those students that perform, they have students that'll do anything for them. And with those two attributes of work ethic and being caring, I see no reason why you wouldn't succeed at a high level.
My second question, what type of challenges should I expect?
So in education, you have to be patient and you have to be flexible. So let's talk about an example of being patient. So first is students every day come to your class, and obviously we expect them to learn, we expect them to read, to write, to do arithmetic, but sometimes they come to school with different problems from that they have at home. And they come in with different baggage, and they come in with sometimes with social emotional issues. So we have to be understanding that we have to educate the whole child, and we have to take those challenges that these students have into consideration. And second thing is we have to be flexible. Every year, the state comes out with and the federal government come out with new regulations for teachers, whether it's tests, whether it's curriculum. And we have to be able to adjust to that. And I know it's frustrating for teachers, but you have to be flexible.
And my last question, what kind of advice would you give me as I study education?
So never stop learning. So it doesn't matter if you're a first-year teacher or you've been teaching for 20 years, you can always improve. You can always learn something to make sure that you've improved your practice as being a teacher. That never stops. So keep reading the books, keep using social media, and learning from your colleagues as well as your administration and people in the industry.
Awesome. Thank you, Eric.
Thank you.